Asses. That's a very odd way to make an introduction to a speech. But this is my very odd introduction to most people these days, seeing as asses in the English-speaking world is what's tattooed on my left shoulder. To explain asses, I have to first explain why I got it. And to explain why I got it, I have an enamorment with tattoos, obviously. So this all began when I first saw my brother of 18 years of age walk in the door with a saran-wrapped arm, and under which he had Italia typed. And I thought it was probably one of the most beautiful things I had ever seen. Just the stark contrast of the ink to his skin. So he explained that it was his love of Italy and our family that inspired him to get this tattoo, and his origin, and gave him meaning. My father took this more as a squandering of money and a rebellious act. So he took the opportunity to remind me and my sister that if we were to do the same, it would just read the same as it had for my brother. Sorry, anyways.
Totally fine.
He had said that it would be a squandering of money and that this would just be a rebellious act for all of us. So I decided rather than at that moment to get a tattoo when I was 18, I was going to get it instead when I was 21 to impress upon him how much of an adult I was and how much of an adult decision this was for me. It wasn't until I was on a balcony in Paris with my friend drinking copious amounts of red wine and chain smoking with her that I had finally decided as to what it was we were going to get, or I was going to get. And it was because of this trip that I felt inspired that it was the right time for me to finally make this decision. And that it had been the culmination of many years that I had finally reached that point. So we made this sort of half-baked plan to go to San Francisco and see my favorite artist of all time, Esme Patterson. And it was after this grand moment and the best night of my life that we had marched up to Cold Steel off of Height and Ashbury on a balmy afternoon and had decided that I was going to finally do this great momentous act. I wish I could tell you guys what was so pivotal about this place. Honestly, there was nothing remarkable. It just looked like your typical boho chic salon. Maybe the best detail I could give you would be that the walls were red and covered in copious amounts of newspaper clippings and pictures, and that's about it. Other than that, I don't really remember the sensation. It wasn't like it was a jackhammer on my skin or like a bee flying around buzzing and stinging me. It was more like a slight pinch at the end of the Z, and that was all. And then I got up from the bed and I looked in the mirror. And rather than it being this great culmination of the moment and this passionate feeling, it was actually a great sinking in my stomach. Realizing that my insides, the thing that I had internalized all this time, had been externalized for everybody to see and criticized. I realized to every one of you, it looks like asses. And that was the moment I felt great shame about it all and realized, oh shit, I have to hide this for the rest of my life. And my no regret became regret. Until one day I was passing my mom in the kitchen, trying to hide it not so well, and she pulled it to the side and was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "Oh, no, don't look, please." And the best I could do was blurt out, "It's not asses, it's French, I swear." And all she had to say to that was, "Well, I know that." It hit me. She knows me better than that. My friends know me better than that. My family knows me better than that. And so I got to explain myself to her. And the truth is, asses is essayer in French, and that means enough. I got it because I am enough. That trip was enough. I will always be enough, and my experiences wherever I go will sustain me.
Wow.